As of September 1st, 2025, every Funko YouTuber must do their intro with the Netflix sound effect. Da-dum! What's up, guys? I'm DK Wrestler, and today is a brand new edition of This Week in Collectible News. Yes, we're back to our regularly scheduled Saturday episodes that we normally do. However, that might not be the case next week, since this upcoming Friday, I will be at Fan Expo Canada in Toronto, which if you're going and you so happen to see me, don't be afraid to say hi. But if you end up enjoying this type of content, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. But nonetheless, let's get right to the video, and I just realize there's my cat chilling in the background. Kicking off this video, we have a look at Funko's top licenses of Q2, which it looks like there are some notable licenses from previous quarters, like of course One Piece, Lilo and Stitch, Funko themselves for some reason, probably Freddy Funko related stuff, Harry Potter, Dragon Ball Z. Not surprised about Lilo and Stitch considering they made an additional 17 Stitch Pops in promotion with the live action movie. Drop and Funko have announced the next set of Funko NFTs being Disney Villain Series 1. And you're probably wondering, DK, are you making your return to the Funko NFT videos with this drop? Unfortunately, that's not going to be the case here, not only because I do have to fork up a lot of money this week, but because this will be a drop exclusive. And I always have a hard time wanting to go in on drop exclusives. YouTubers have announced the first set of Teen Titans Go figures. And this is really awesome. I love the detail that goes along with these figures, and it's cool that Teen Titans are getting their own figures for YouTubes. We got ourselves the official glam shot of the Godzilla Rocky Moto figures, and these figures are pretty cool no matter what rarity you get, whether it's the 1 in 4, the 1 in 6, 1 in 12, or even the rare figures of 1 in 48 and the 1 in 96. However, that burning Godzilla actually looks really awesome with the red bowl, and especially like the ramen noodles that are also fiery red or orange, but you get my drift. It's supposed to be spicy. Fugitive Toys have announced their own exclusive NFL pop of Brock Purdy. I don't watch NFL, so I don't really know who this person is, but it's cool that I guess Fugitive Toys is getting their own exclusive once again. Lego have announced some new sets, including a Nike Slam Dunk, as well as a Nike Dunk Trick Shot set. Now, these are some pretty cool figures. I'm not really a fan, if I can be honest, of the first set here with the Slam Dunk, considering I never really like when Lego does these sets with the humans in this form. While with the Dunk Trick Shot, I like the concept of the Nike shoe, and then you just add the minifigure. I just think that one looks more neat than the first one. Funko have announced a Sesame Street Funko Pop book, which is weird that they're announcing this now because I believe when we did the Spin the Wheel Funko Pop hunt like last week, this actually appeared when we looked on the Indigo website, but I'm not surprised because Funko's usually delayed on announcements nowadays. Super 7 have announced some new fun figures for Sesame Street, and these are pretty cool. Super 7 usually killing it with a lot of their figures, including the reaction figures, so it's cool that they're diving into a lot of Sesame Street related stuff. Netflix consumer products boss Josh Simon exits to become Funko CEO. And this is what I was alluding to at the beginning of the video with the sound effect, because this new CEO is coming straight from Netflix. And if you look up the resume of the new CEO, he has a lot of places he's been. He's been a part of Netflix, he's been a part of Disney and DreamWorks, and he also has a bachelor's degree from Harvard. So there's a lot of fancy things kind of ticked off on that resume there to where you may think that he may actually be able to turn the company around. However, there is a downside to this because when doing some research, all of the positions that this guy has done have not been being a CEO. He's either been vice president of something or director of something, not directly CEO, so this will be the first time that he's actually the head honcho of a company. So I feel like the pressure is really going to be on him to try and turn the company around. And I hope what happens here is that this guy will get a longer run than Cynthia Williams. I think it makes sense if they give this guy like maybe 18 months, because I think it's going to take more than a year to try and get some improvements done from what's been happening with Funko. Target have announced an exclusive 10-inch Slowpoke from Pokemon. I mean, not really surprising. This is really the home home of the 10-inch Pokemon Pops. We got ourselves a brand new wave of Adventure Time Pops. And these are pretty cool, and especially of characters that we haven't had Pops of in a while, like Fiona and Cake, which these new moldings look absolutely amazing and definitely are great substitutes if you couldn't obtain the original ones that I think are fairly high in price nowadays. Funko had announced a Funko Shop exclusive green translucent Raphael. We've seen the other Ninja Turtles with this specification. Now we have the final one, I believe, because I think all 4 have been announced at this point. We got ourselves a pop of Kris Kringle and Topper for Santa Claus is Coming to Town, as well as a flocked pop albums of Ozzy Osbourne's Bark at the Moon. Now, the Santa Claus is Coming to Town pop is really cool, but I want to talk about the pop albums because this was already previously announced years ago, but was an Alliance Entertainment exclusive. But there must have been some sort of licensing issue or some sort of delayment to where now we're finally getting this. Not only does it look like it will be a common because there is no exclusive sticker on it, but you can tell this is going to be newer because of the flock sticker actually being imprinted on the box instead of being a sticker. We got ourselves some Disney sketched Pops, and these do look pretty nice. I like the fact that they are kind of like a white background and you do have the sketching effect, but there's not a Pop here that stands out to me to where I'd buy it. Maybe if it was Toy Story perhaps, then I'd probably get one of these Pops. Entertainment Earth had announced 2 exclusive Naruto Shippuden Pops. These look okay. They're not exactly the most detailed Naruto Pops, but I guess it's cool. We got ourselves the first wave of Ben 10 Pops with Ben Tennyson and Heat Blast, which this is pretty cool, and I like the idea that we do have separate Pops instead of what I originally thought was going to happen with Ben 10 as a common and Heat Blast as a chase. And I really like the way that the Heat Blast Pop looks. My only gripe is that this Pop, in my opinion, should have been glow in the dark, but it's still an amazing looking Pop, so I'm going to give it a bit of a pass. We got ourselves a set of Pops for the HBO series Welcome to Derry, and this isn't too bad of a set. At least they kept it down to a minimum of 4 Pops instead of like a wave of like 6 or 10 that we used to get when it came to like it related Pops. We got ourselves 2 new Pops announced for JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, which a lot of people were really anticipating the 2 Pops, considering that when the first one got announced, there was the silhouette involved with 2 Pops to be announced, and now we have the 2 Pops announced right here, which both of these look pretty cool. We got ourselves the Biddy Pop Collector's Pack for the NFL. Trash! U2s have announced a Beetlejuice figure. This is pretty sweet. The detailing on this is absolutely amazing. We got ourselves a pop of Yuki from Oracle Red Bull Racing. Not gonna lie, I totally forgot that they did Pops like 4-inch variants instead of the Pop Rides for this set. Today I wanted to give a shout out to Sentinel 107. And the reason that they ended up getting a shout out is because they joined our YouTube channel membership, which only cost $1.99 a month. Not only do you get the shout out, but you do get lots of other perks, including early access to every single video and shorts that we produce on this channel. So definitely consider joining our YouTube channel membership. It will be greatly appreciated and will go a long way of helping out this channel a lot. So definitely consider it, but let's get right back to the video. Drop had announced some shipping updates for NFT sets. So people have been wondering for a while about a delayment as terms to both the Stranger Things and Funko Ween set of NFT Pops, which one of the updates are that they should be shipping out within the next couple of weeks, besides one particular pop being the Erica from Stranger Things, where the boxes had been damaged and they have to put in an order for new boxes once again. And they also announced here that Adventure Time Series 2 is officially going to be shipping out in the next couple of weeks, which is giving me a little bit of hope as terms to Toy Story, because that was the set that came out after Adventure Time. Funko is running a site-wide sale for rewards members, up to 70% off. I mean, you'd probably do better if you just open it up not only to, non-fan rewards members, but also open it up for Canada, for Christ's sakes. Maybe you would actually make some sales and not lose $41 million in another quarter. And the last announcement before we move on to our usual top 5 list, we have ourselves the next limited edition pop of Super Saiyan Goku, limited to 1,200 pieces, being a legendary. Now, normally, of course, with Dragon Ball Z, we're sick of Gokus and Vegetas, but I don't know what it is about this one, but this one kind of looks sick with kind of like the manga sketch effect that's going on with it. Kicking off the top 5 list at number 5, we got ourselves the Beetlejuice figure from U2s. This thing has quite a bit of detail going on with it, but I don't see myself buying this, which is why it's at the bottom of the list. Coming in at number 4 on my list are the Teen Titans figures, also from U2's. If I were to choose one or the other from Beetlejuice or Teen Titans, it probably would be the Teen Titans figures. Coming in at number 3 on my list is Heat Blast from Ben 10. Now this pop is really awesome with the detail, but like I mentioned, I wish this pop was glow in the dark, plus the fact that Ben 10 was a show that I didn't really watch too much as a kid, so I don't have much personal reaction. Coming in at number 2 on my list is the Nike Dunk Trick Shot set from Lego. This is pretty cool, and like I mentioned, this looks way better in my opinion than the other set that was announced by Lego. However, I know that with how expensive Lego is, I don't see myself actually getting this, but I do think this is a really cool concept. And coming in at number 1 on my list is the Ozzy Osbourne Bark at the Moon pop albums. Now I debated at putting this at number 2, considering this was a pop that was previously announced, so we kind of knew about it already. However, compared to the other 4 items on this list, this is one that I am for sure going to be getting, plus the fact that not only is Bark at the Moon a really awesome album, but the fact that they are making the Ozzy Osbourne pop in this album's a flocked pop,